Hey guys, so I'm back with the same bolt engine that we had on the previous video where it is leaking air out the front. Slightly little air bubbles coming out at the hydro test. I've already changed out the O-rings within this system, and it was still leaking. So I have emailed Wolverine about the issue, and the reply was for me to check the O-rings inside the solenoid. So for that, we're going to have to take off the solenoid in order to check the O-rings. Also, they have mentioned that the O-rings inside the solenoid should not be lubricated because it may damage the solenoid itself. So you have to be careful for that. Now let's go ahead and try and take off the solenoid. Now, I haven't done this before, but I think there's a first time for everything. I have done many other things, many other tech related stuff. I am an engineer at the end of the day, a mechatronics engineer, but let's go ahead and do this right now. Okay, so here we are. This is the solenoid itself with the O-rings here. Now my only worry is that I may not have O-rings to replace in this unit, and I don't even know if there's anything else I could undo on this solenoid, because I see that there might be some O-rings in here as well. Not sure exactly. Probably gonna need to shed a bit of light on it. Yes, so yeah. But as I can see, it needs a little bit of cleaning, and we'll see what we can do. So, because I kept getting a leak, I have decided to further open up the solenoid further than I have before. Basically, hold these two ends out. So this is in here, just just like that. I tried to take this apart previously, but I couldn't with my bare hands. Sorry, with my human hands. So I used a couple of pliers to open it, and then I started jiggling around, and I realized that in resting position, when this is forward, because there's this little spring on here, which means this is pushed forward by the spring. So that's its resting position. That is when it leaks. And when you activate the solenoid, it pulls back, it doesn't leak. So which means that when it's in forward position, there's got to be an O-ring somewhere that I need to replace. Just got to figure out how to get there. Now, there is an adjustment ring here, or don't know what this is, but I don't think I have the tools to open this up properly or tighten it down properly. This is actually a little bit tighter, but I just took the pliers and, as you can see, I just forced these two together to move it a little bit, but it's gonna be real tricky to open this up, and it's gonna be even trickier to shut it in, to close it up exactly where it was, because I think dimensions matter a lot in the way this works. So I would like to get it back exactly where it was. Yeah, more updates as I go through. I'm not going to fill up the footage with a bunch of nonsense, me just tinkering around trying to figure out how to take this thing apart. So yeah, be back when I have more relative information. Alright, so I found this valve key that I have, and I never used this part, and it looks like this part could actually go in there and get the job done. The only thing is, the outer diameter of this thing is just a little bit bigger than the inner diameter of this part. So what I'm going to do is adapt this to this, so I could get in there and get a nice fitment and just be able to open it up. Yeah. Alright, so I finally fashioned myself the tool to open this up. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, there's an O-ring over there. Okay. So, when this goes forward, it is so again, when this is in the forward position, it's leaking. So when it's this, oh wait a second. So when it's in the forward position, it is leaking. Yeah. So it's this O-ring that is giving me trouble. I'm finding it really hard to find why, because there's not much going on over here. Just like that. You guys all saw that, right? Someone just stole my tools! Never mind, let's get back to serious stuff. So now, I'm going to try to find an O-ring for this. And, oh, would you look at that? This is actually slightly lubed. Definitely lubed. Even though the email said that the O-rings within the solenoid don't need to be lubed. Anyways, let me take this out somehow, very gently. without marking anything, because these are very, very, very sensitive surfaces. Oh boy. Let's see if I can find something like this to pry it out gently. There we go. Oh boy, this is proving to be one tough little cookie. There we go. Ugh, this was a tough one. You know, this is a very hard O-ring. Let's see if we might have something a little bit softer. Probably is going to be making a much better sealant if it's a little bit softer. I'll put that down, put this down. I have a neat little kit here. And I think I've spotted just the one I need from this. Okay. Let's put this next to the other one. Seems to be exactly the same. Now let's replace it. There we go. I know they said not to lube this, but I'm just gonna get a little bit of dab of something on my finger, only that much, see? And I'm just going to touch on the O-ring just so that it is maintained properly, and that's it. That's all we're gonna put over there. Alright. That being replaced, let's hope that we're going to get it working properly. Alright, now I'm going to pause the filming over here because there's a lot of noise coming from the other rooms. And all I'm going to do is basically put everything back in its proper position over here. And I'm going to just mount everything back. With this tool that I've made, probably needs a little bit more correction. Yeah, just actually I think it's fine. Yep, perfectly fine. Okay. Well, after I'm done doing this, see you on the other side. Alright, so we got this back in its place and the exact same position as it was originally before I took it apart. Now let's put everything back together here real quick. And after that, we're going to make another hydro test. Don't forget this little spring that pushes everything back in its place. This is very tight closed. Now, I haven't shown you how I took it apart, but I'm going to show you how I'm going to put it back together. It's exactly the way I took it apart, except it's the other way around. So I'm just going to close this, take my pliers, put it on this end, and I'm going to just gently tighten it. Now I'm done with that. I do not like over tightening things because they leave marks and scratches, and even so I have left small marks here because otherwise it just you can't grip it tight enough. Alright, now you see a little residue of something over there. Alright, everything is back in its place properly. Hopefully everything is okay. Let's put it back into the unit. Let's give it a little tightening. There. That's all I'm gonna give it. Just be right back just a second. My 3D printer is acting up a little bit. Alright. So, let's put this plug in. Again, you don't really need to plug this into the battery for the hydro test. All I need is the air. And, I'm going to do that right now. Okay, nice and tight. Let's plug it in. Yeah, I can still hear air coming out of it, but I don't know. Oh, would you look at that? Looks like I fixed it. There's no more bubbling coming out to the surface. Well, that's good news. Let's plug in the battery real quick. Take out any water that would be in there. I'm going to take it apart one more time just to make sure there's no water left in here. Everything is nice, dry, and lubed up properly so that everything seals well and everything works just fine. And finally, I can send it back to the customer up and ready for use. Wow, this was a journey, let me tell you. Anyways, thanks for watching. And thank you very much for Wolverine for a close cooperation on this situation with us. It's very hard for someone in Europe to send the products back to the United States because of import and export stuff, shipping and handling, taxes and whatnot. And I'm very happy that they had the confidence to entrust me with fixing this product. Of course, it wasn't extremely challenging since I am an engineer, but still, having to put your faith in your product and in someone on a different continent to be able to fix the product that you made is amazing. And once again, thank you so much for Wolverine for entrusting me with this situation, and thank you for you guys for watching, and I'm gonna be back with more clips of teching whenever I have something interesting to show you. As you know, I don't upload regularly over here, and sometimes I upload just me playing some video games, but this is just a secondary channel. My main channel is with Airsoft Gameplays, and I'm gonna leave a link to it in the description down below, and check out my gameplay footage. That is my main channel, and that is what I focus on mostly. So thanks for everything, and see you when I see you.